Three, two, one. A very good evening to our veteran Toastmasters, my fellow Toastmasters, and our future Toastmasters. A very good afternoon and welcome to this 205 meeting of HCTC.
Good afternoon.
A big round of applause for everyone.
Good afternoon.
Before start the meeting, I want to ask a question. How many of you present here are avid newspaper readers? I can see 2-3 hands. Well, I want to give you a very special.
I have the newspaper.
Okay, very good. Today, 29th Jan, it's a very famous day. On 29th January 1780, our first newspaper, the Bengal Gazette, was published. And in India, we celebrate this day as Indian Newspaper Day. So it's a very great occasion for all the avid newspaper readers. Now, coming back to our meeting, let me first tell you about the 3 rules that we must adhere so that to make our meeting a great success. The first rule goes by, I want everybody to silence their best friend, that is their cell phone, so that it doesn't let you disturb in the middle of the meeting. I have also silenced my phone. The second rule is, nobody here will talk about sex, religion, and politics. And the third rule, that the person who is going to speak should be unmuted, and the rest who are not speaking at the moment should be in muted position. And one more rule that I want to add, make sure to open your camera at every time so that we can see your beautiful faces. Now, coming to the meeting, this is a pencil. I want to write something, but I am not able to write. Now, if I sharpen this with my sharpener, now you see, I'm able to write. My friends, here we have learnt a lesson. There were much wisdoms inside me. I wanted to tell you, but because my pencil wasn't sharpened, I wasn't able to tell you. I wasn't able to express my thoughts. So this platform, Toastmaster, is just like a sharpener. It helps us to sharpen our skills, sharpen us, so that we can let the things that is inside of us, we can speak. And our mission of Toastmaster is the same. We provide a positive and supportive learning experience to the members to develop their communication and leadership skills, which results in greater personal growth and self-confidence. Keeping this mission in mind, I would like to call upon our presiding officer. And I am very sure everybody would want to know who our presiding officer is. Well, our presiding officer is someone who has done 3 masters: master in commerce, master in philosophy, and master in fashion technology. See, after doing her master from Gujarat Fashion Technology, from NIFT, she converted her studies into her hobby and she opted for creative entrepreneurship. Our presiding officer is someone who is a theater artist, who likes to talk, who is a great speaker and a very great learner. Let me call upon, in our virtual platform, our presiding officer, Toastmaster Isha. A big round of applause.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shubham. That was indeed a very warm welcome on your end and brilliantly used metaphor. We all need to sharpen our skills over here. Well, we have a very, very long meeting going on. So I would not take a lot of time. Instead, I would give a tip to everyone on my end. We have a season of contests going on, participation, speeches. We have 2 brilliant education sessions. One is from the Toastmaster of the Day, DTM Kushal, and another our champion, Toastmaster Amit. So for that, you need to just hold on to this one tip while you listen to them. And what's the tip? Don't fear. The fear the feeling of triumph over the joy of participation. Don't fear the failing over the fear of participation. You would always love the joy of participating. Remember, your participation is the most important thing rather than winning the award. A failure takes a lot more bigger lesson than a winner. And trust me over there. Well, with this, I welcome every one of you to the 205th meeting of Heritage City Toastmasters Club. Before we move ahead, for the benefit of the guest and revision of everyone, what is Toastmasters? Toastmasters is an organization which was started 100 years back by a gentleman named Ralph C. Smedley. Why did he start this organization? Well, he observed that people were having a little difficulties in what? Raising the toast at funerals or the special occasions. And hence, he started this organization so that people can learn how to become better speakers and communicators altogether. Starting 100 years back, and today, we have grown to 16,000 clubs worldwide with more than 5 lakh Toastmasters all over the world. Well, maybe there are many adding just right now. So to this, first of all, I congratulate everyone entering this meeting. Moving on to the introduction from our guest. Toastmaster Shubham, can you tell me who are the guests today? The guests can tell a brief about themselves and how did they come to know about Toastmasters. Any guest? Beki Das. I see Beki Das. Who is Beki Das? Can you unmute yourselves?
Yes, I am from Rajkot Toastmaster Club actually.
Okay. Can you just tell something about your
yes.
Beki Das?
Hello. Please, can you please talk again?
Sorry?
Can you please repeat again? I could not notice it.
Can you just give a brief introduction about yourself?
Oh, yeah. Actually, I am Biki Das. I joined Toastmaster about 1 or 2 weeks ago in Rajkot Toastmaster Club. Then I joined to Gujarat Toastmaster Club. And I'm a student of ITRA and BMS first year. And I'm from Bangladesh, from a city Chattogram, and now I'm residing there for though ICCRS scholarship, and I want to develop my communication skill. That's why I joined Toastmaster. And this topic,
Wow.
today's topic is I thought it's important for me. That's why I joined. Thank you very much.
Wow, welcome so much, Beki, to this. To the club. First of all, welcome to India. I hope you're enjoying in India. And secondly, I hope you really learn and will come to our club more often so that we can learn from you and grow with you as well. So who is our next guest? Parth Panchal. Parth, can you just unmute yourself?
Hello everyone. My name is Parth Panchal, and I joined Toastmaster. I joined as a Toastmaster. I joined Toastmaster as a guest second time. Last meeting I was joined, and it was awesome. So I want to join. So I joined today.
Whoa, great, Parth. I am glad that you're finding our meetings fruitful and awesome again, that you're joining again. Hope to see you as a member someday and hope to hear from you again. So that would be great. Any more guests?
Yes.
Any more guests, Shubham?
Rutvik Raval, I think. Rutvik Raval.
Rutvik is the member now.
Okay.
Coming to that point, we have 2 new members, guys. Toastmaster Rutvik and Toastmaster Rahul with us, for which we are going to be carrying forward with the process of oath taking. I would request Toastmaster Rutvik and Toastmaster Rahul, to please unmute yourself and switch on your videos. I would request you guys to put your hand here, and after I repeat the oath, at the end, please say, I do.
Okay.
Do I have both of you on board?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Thank you. So it begins as a member of Toastmasters International and my club, I promise to attend club meetings regularly, to prepare all of my projects to the best of my ability, basing them on Toastmasters program, to prepare for and fulfill meeting assignments, to provide fellow members with helpful constructive evaluations, to help club maintain the positive friendly environment necessary for all members to learn and grow, to serve my club as an officer when called upon to do so, to treat my fellow club members and our guests with respect and courtesy, to bring guests to the club meeting so that they can see the benefits of Toastmasters membership offers, to adhere to the guidelines and rules of Toastmasters education and recognition program, to act within Toastmasters core values of integrity, respect, service, and excellence during the conduct of Toastmaster activities. I would ask you guys to please unmute yourself and say, I do.
I do.
I do.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rutvik and Toastmaster Rahul. Welcome to Toastmaster Fraternity. I hope your journey is very fruitful and you learn here as much and you give us your guidance and learning from your journeys. Now, to all the members, I would request to again take an oath. Please unmute yourself and please switch on your cameras. Everyone. After I complete this line, we all would say we do. We promise to help our new members, Rutvik and Rahul, in their journeys of Toastmasters to the best of our abilities. We would provide them with other guidance and the knowledge whenever required. We would formulate a healthy environment for them for learning. I do.
I do.
I do.
I do.
Me too.
I do.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So that was an oath taking and the promise from our side as well to Rutvik and Toastmaster Rahul. Well, now let's move forward with the meeting. I'm not going to bore everyone over here. So any meeting of a Toastmaster is conducted by a host. So who is the host today? The Toastmaster of the day, we call them. And who is this Toastmaster of the day? Well, a formal introduction is engineer by education, in data communication and business by profession. But trust me, guys, I have never ever seen such a passionate Toastmasters ever, whose whole family is dedicated in Toastmasters. Wow, you are an inspiration to me. Well, without a further delay, I would like to call you on the stage, Toastmaster Kushal. DTM to Kushal. We need to learn that from his journey. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Isha. It was wonderful introduction and of course the introduction which I have only given to you, but it seems amazing to hear it from someone else's mouth, is it not? Toastmaster has been a second home for my main home. And that is why I'm super excited always to be a part of HCTC whenever I get a chance. Off late, I'm getting less chance, but trust me on this, those who are new, I've taken almost 7 years without a break, being a Toastmaster, and journey was yes, purposeful, yes, fruitful, and yes, engaging and exciting. Why? Because public speaking, I believe, is the easiest way to gain confidence. Why? Simple. If you can swim in the ocean, swimming pool is nothing for you. Likewise, if you can talk in front of 50 people, 25 people, talking one-to-one would be a cakewalk. And that has immensely helped me in my profession. And that makes me big fanatic fan of the fraternity of Toastmasters. Likewise, all new people who have joined recently or the guests in the house, I would like you to give this opportunity to Toastmasters to open the doors of opportunities in your life through public speaking, through confidence, through communication skills. And I say this, I can say this hundreds of times whenever I meet you, every time I meet you. So first of all, we'll talk about the structure of any Toastmasters meeting. And Toastmasters is a platform, as our president said, with the hundreds of countries, thousands of clubs, and millions of members being benefited from it. But what makes it amazingly fantastic is every Toastmasters club across the globe has same structure, same format of the meeting, which means if you leave a country or city or club and move on to any other club across the globe, you'll find exactly same hierarchy, exactly same structure, exactly same positivity, love and compassion from all the Toastmasters. Isn't this fantastic? Toastmasters meeting happens in 3 parts. First is prepared speeches. Today we have 2 amazing speakers who will be presenting their speech. Generally it is 5 to 7 minutes, but depending on the project it may vary. Then it is the second part is called table topics, which is the most exciting part of any Toastmasters meeting because you are given topics and you need to talk on them on your feet without thinking much and whatever comes in your mind. Spontaneity is one thing which can move mountains, trust me on this. It is not just useful job when you're being caught by a traffic policeman or your wife catches you talking to someone very smilingly on phones. It is useful in every aspect of life. For example, if you meet someone on an elevator, which is less than a minute, and you have some really important information to convey, you need to make some really beautiful connect with that person. Spontaneity and impromptu speaking will really help you in that aspect of your life. Third part of any Toastmasters meeting is evaluation. As we say, feedback is the breakfast of champions. Without feedback, it is okay. I believe we can do a lot in our public speaking and communication skills by merely practicing, having most of the stage time. But with feedback, proper guidance, mentorship, and a guru or a coach, it will give you a proper direction. So you need not start right from the scratch. You can start from where we have left, from where we have reached after making 7 years of mistakes and thousands of roadblocks which we had in our road. You can start right from there. So 3 major parts of any Toastmasters meeting: prepared speeches, table topics, and evaluation. That is the structure of Toastmasters meeting. What special today we're going to have is the theme. The theme is challenge yourself. And why do I say challenge yourself? Anybody wants to unmute himself or herself and say, why is it important always to keep challenging yourself?
To go next level. Whatever.
To go to the next level, yes.
You can push your limits if you challenge yourself continuously.
Push your limits. Amazing, Bharat.
You know your potential where you are. And
Know your potential. Wow.
To grow up.
To grow up. My daughter always says me this: grow up. I read a fantastic book on Ikigai, and which says outside your comfort level lies your success factor. So whenever you come out of your comfort zone, challenge yourself, push your limits. This is where your growth starts. And that is the most beautiful feeling ever. Toastmasters has this pattern of having 4 contests in a year, 2 every 6 months. And those 4 contests are, first of all, before telling you what the contests are, I'll tell you how the hierarchy of Toastmasters work. So out there, we are 20 or 17 members today, meeting in a platform of Heritage City Toastmasters Club. This makes a club. Then there are numerous clubs which join together to form an area. We have with us today esteemed area director of our area, Jayesh, who is handling the clubs of area J1, under which we fall. Combining multiple areas, we have a division. Combining multiple divisions, we have district. Combining multiple districts, we have regions. And together, all regions put, we have Toastmasters International. And at every level, which I told, there is a contest. So there will be a contest at club level. The winners go to area level. The winners of the area goes to division level. The winners of division go to district, then semifinals. And then we have the world champion of public speaking. If anyone of you haven't gone through some amazing speeches of the world champion of public speaking at Toastmasters, I would recommend try to find it on YouTube. The most amazing for me is, and I believe for most of us, would be Dhananjay Hetrachi. The speech is called I See Something in You. And many more amazing speeches. And those are landmarks, those are benchmarks, those are milestones which we also would like to look up to. So that's about how the contest works. Now, the 4 types of contest. The first contest is International Speech Contest. International Speech Contest is the normal speech which we give. It could be informative, persuasive, inspirational, motivational, even humorous. It goes from club division, club area division, district, all the way to Toastmasters International. This is the only speech which goes up to the world level. Other than that, we have table topic contest, which goes to district level. Table topics, as we all know, is impromptu speaking, where clubs get together and they send a representative, and it goes up to district level. By the way, we fall under District 98 yet, and we are soon about to have that shuffle, of course, but we fall under District 98, just for the information. The third is Evaluation Speech Contest. Evaluation Speech Contest is we get to hear a target speaker, and all the contestants within that contest will evaluate that speech. The best one, the best observant, the best person who can give constructive feedback wins that contest and goes up to next level. The fourth one is Humorous Speech Contest. Again, 5 to 7 minutes of speech, but the main objective is to make people laugh. It has to be humorous in nature, and that goes up to district level only again. So that are the 4 major types of contests. Now coming back to the theme, challenge yourself, push your limits, grow. Is it easy to just sit back and relax and not go out of your comfort zone? Why challenge yourself? I think I'm happy at my place, very comfortable in my skin. I need not go out and win the world, as they say. Any idea, suggestion? Okay, if you are happy, let's be happy. Why take chances? Why go out there and fail? Any quick remarks, comments, like, share, subscribe?
I think no gain without pain for me.
No gain without pain. Amazing.
I think participation is going to improve you at next level. Failing is going to improve you at next level, because a winner is always clouded with a dopamine of winning. So the learnings are more towards the failure. So you should go there, out, and fail and fail.
Wow, amazing, Madam President. Yes,
I
Bharat.
believe fast failing. I believe in fast failing in this agile environment, so that we can have quick learning from everyone.
Fast failing. Wow. Yes, Bharat.
It's easy to be bored by comfort zone in a longer run. So that's what I'm supposed to think.
Wow, comfort is boring. Amazing. Any else?
I believe that when someone is a winner, he has overcome all the failure points, and whenever if you will try, if you will overcome all the failure points, and ultimately when you will overcome those, you will become successful. Nobody can stop you. So the fast you go to those failure points, the better you will become.
Wow, some amazing insights here. What I go ahead and say is, gone are the days when if you are staying in your comfort zone, you will not only not be growing. This is the era that if you stay in your comfort zone, you will be dead and gone. Imagine the amazing examples of Nokia, Kodak, who are doing amazing, were in their success, peak of their success, but in comfort zone, didn't achieve or didn't aspire to come out of their comfort zone and try new things. Right? And it's not just Nokia, it's not just Kodak, it's not just any other brand or company. It's as simple an example of the typical Todd example, which we always hear, that they were put in the pressure cooker and they had this chance to move out of the pressure cooker, jump out of the pressure cooker when the water was boiling. But they didn't do it because slowly, gradually, they were getting accustomed to the heat of the water. But very soon, the water was boiling, they didn't have energy enough, and now they couldn't even jump off the boiling water. Which means it is not only staying where you are, but to stay alive, to stay relevant, we have to keep on challenging ourselves. We cannot stay. Okay, if I'm at like financially fit at $1 million, $2 million, you cannot stay at 1 million or 2 million. You have to do something else. Otherwise, the money goes off. Or similarly, your potential, your I'll talk about my Toastmasters journey. I've been doing Toastmasters since 7 years now. But what, 30 days of not doing a Toastmaster meeting and I am running out of ideas? Yes. So one has to keep on doing things. One has to keep challenging themselves. One has to always doing the hustle. And that is not just the path of success. These days, it has become the path of survival as well. And that is why we say challenge yourself. More on this to come. But right now, I would like to call upon, as we talk about the 3 parts of Toastmaster meeting, the most important part, the feedback part. And for that, we have a general evaluator who will evaluate the meeting in general. Today's general evaluator is someone, just a second, someone who has born in the capital of India and stayed most of the time in the capital of Oman, who has served at various positions at club level. Right now, area director of area J1, our very own beloved District 98 district officer in the house, but above all, a very true friend, an amazing person, a charismatic leader in front of you. Please help me welcome with loudest of cheer, General Evaluator of the day, Toastmaster Jayesh Kaushik.
Wow, I'm obliged. Thank you very, very much, distinguished Toastmaster Kushal. Can anyone tell me, do you want more? Do you want more? More cars, more wealth, more money. I hope you don't want any more wives, but yeah, you want more and more wealth, and you want more masses if you want to become a leader. So why are you here in Toastmasters? To acquire more knowledge, to enhance the communication skills, the leadership skills, right? So tell me, what is the tagline of Toastmasters once again?
Where leaders are made.
Where leaders are made. Toastmasters International also teaches us how can we become a good leader. Are you a good leader? Let me tell you how can you become a good leader. If your actions inspire others, if your actions inspire others to dream more, to learn more, to do more, and become more, I'm telling you, you're a leader. So that is what a leader requires. He never stops. He needs to learn, unlearn, and relearn again and again. All right. So we are here at this platform to learn, unlearn, and relearn again. So this platform, as I'm taking the role as the journal evaluator, I'm going to evaluate the meeting from the start till the end. All right. But I cannot do this alone, can I? I can't. So I need a team. So I have a team of, number 1 team is tag team, and the second team I have is of evaluators. All right. So the tag team, tag stands for T for timer, A for a counter, and G for grammarian. So let me call them and they'll be coming here. My tag team role players will be coming here. They'll be telling us their role. They'll be introducing us to their role and telling us how can they be evaluating you in this meeting. So let me call upon the timer for the day. Do you know who this person is? He's working as a data scientist at Recruitment Smart, which is the UK-based AI artificial intelligence company. He also runs a business in health and wellness sector. He completed his post-graduation from Ahmedabad University in Computer Science and Engineering branch. He loves to read, write, play tennis, and do meditation. Please help me welcome the timer for the day, Toastmaster Parth. Please give a round of applause, Toastmaster Parth. Parth, kindly unmute. Yeah.
Thank you very much, General Evaluator, for introducing me. Very good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. First of all, as a timer, I'm very eager to share two wonderful pieces of news with all of you. First one is a bad news. Time just flies. Wait a minute. I have another good news for you. You are the pilot of your time. So I would like to for all of the today's speaker, for all of the today's pilot, which includes table topic speaker, prepared speeches, speaker evaluators, and all the role player, I will act as a timer. So as a timer, I will do three things. First, I will record the time taken by each speaker. Second, I will remind each speaker of the time they have left by using green, yellow, and red card. And third, I will report the total time taken by each speaker when called upon during the meeting. We have different formats of the speeches. So for different formats of the speeches, I will follow different mechanisms to remind you. Number one, there are four formats. The number one format is table topic speeches. It should be between 1 to 2 minutes in length. At 1 minute, I will flash green card. At 1 minute, 30 seconds, I will flash yellow card. At 2 minutes, I will flash red card. There will be a grace period of 30 seconds. If the speech ends before 30 seconds or it goes beyond 2 minutes and 30 seconds, the speaker will be disqualified. Coming to the second format, icebreaker speeches. It should be 4 to 6 minutes in length. At 4 minutes, I will flash green card. At 5 minutes, I will flash yellow card. At 5 minutes, I will flash red card. Sorry, at 6 minutes, I will flash a red card. There will be grace duration of 30 seconds. If speech goes, if speech ends before 3 minutes 30 seconds or goes beyond 6 minutes 30 seconds, the speaker will be disqualified. The third format is prepared speeches. It should be between 5 to 7 minutes in length. At 5 minutes, I will flash green card. At 6 minutes, I will flash yellow card. At 7 minutes, I will flash red card. There will be grace period of 30 seconds. If speech ends before 5 minutes 30 seconds or goes beyond 7 minutes and 30 seconds, then the speaker will be disqualified. The fourth and final, last but not the least format is evaluation speeches. It should be between 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, I'll flash green card. At 2 minutes 30 seconds, I will flash yellow card. At 3 minutes, I will flash red card. So there will be grace period of 30 seconds. If speech ends before 2 minutes and 30 seconds or goes beyond 3 minutes and 30 seconds, the speaker will be disqualified. Also, especially we have we have education session. For that, we have like at 20 minutes, I will flash a green card. At 22 minutes and 30 seconds, I will show yellow card. And at 25 minutes, I will show the red card. So yeah, that's it from my end. I will share my report when called upon during the meeting. Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster Jayesh. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Please give a round of applause to Toastmaster Parth. And just like to tell you that yes, we are giving 30 seconds of grace period, but I hope you finish it before your disqualification time. All right, and we have two prepared speeches today, that is for 5 to 7 minutes. So the qualification time will be 4 minutes 30 seconds to 7 minutes 30 seconds. All right, just a note here. Fantastic. Moving ahead with my second role player that of my team, that is the A. What is A? A stands for a counter. Do you know who this person is? The person who's playing this role? He's a very vibrant person. He starts the meeting with the bang, and he started it today. So let me introduce you to the A counter for the day. He is a person who is a fitness enthusiast who never compromises with work and workout. An IITian with a great learning spirit. Apart from being good at work, he also enjoys cooking, and currently he's working as sales manager at Volvo Trucks. Please help me welcome the A counter for the day, that is Toastmaster Shubham. Thank you, round of applause, Toastmaster Shubham.
1 second. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, our general evaluator, for such kind words. Now, I am being the sergeant at arms also, and now I am also going to look the us and ums. First of all, as we say in Toastmasters, we provide you the breakfast of the champions. And you know what? Today I am going to present you the noodles. Now let's imagine If the noodle that you are trying to eat, it's in a size of rice, how would you feel? I know you will feel disgusted. So don't worry, I am here to make your noodles a noodle. I want to let you make your noodle a rice by putting us and ums in between. So my Argus side will look after your us and ums between your words. Like example, my name is Shubham. I am from Ranchi and I am graduated from IIT. So now you could have seen I used three us in between. I could have said, my name is Shubham. I am from Ranchi and I graduated from IIT ISM. So you see, by taking a small pause, I evaded those us and ums. So my friends, this was my suggestion. And secondly, I would also look upon the filler words. Like, I was at Jharkhand and, so this type of words, the filler words, I will look upon that also. And I will present my report after the meeting when General Evaluator calls me. Thank you very much. Over to you, our General Evaluator.
Thank you very much. Well done, Toastmaster Shubham. Looking forward to your report. Moving ahead with my third person of my team. He is literally the sun god of HCTC. He's from South India and he has completed his bachelor's in chemical engineering from VIT, Vellore. He has completed his MBA from Institute of Rural Management, Anand. He is currently working as a territory business manager with a company named Grow Indigo. He loves to cook. I'll be there when you're cooking, all right? He loves to cook. He loves to dining out, reading fiction, and discussing anything but pertaining to managing or marketing and organizational behavior. You can see him partying on the Sunday nights. Please help me welcome the grammarian for the day, Toastmaster Aditya.
Thank you for that introduction, General Evaluator. Grammar is to a writer what anatomy is to a sculptor, what scale is to a musician. You may loathe it, you may be bored by it, but trust me, when you understand and integrate grammar in your speech, it will support you like a rock. As a grammarian for today's meeting, my role is to present the word of the day and phrase of the day, to pay attention to the usage of grammars, to be specific, proper and not so proper usages of words, phrases, thoughts, and sayings. I have an interesting word of the day today. We all know how Dr. Shashi Tharoor is trolled again and again for his usage of flowery words. Today I have a word that is very commonly used by him. The word of the day for today's meeting is limpid, which is clear and transparent. Limpid, Limpid. I was not able to see the stars because the sky was not limpid. A leader should always very limpidly execute procedures and programs. The phrase of the day for today's meeting is gift of the gab. Gift of the gab, which means speaking fluently. I delivered my speech very well because I have the gift of the gab. The Toastmasters, through the pathway journeys, make sure you get the gift of the gab. I'll be presenting my grammarian's report in the end of the meeting. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, the grammarian. That is my team 1. And we'll be back with my team 2 in the third session, that is the breakfast for the champions. That is the evaluation session with the evaluations of the speakers. I hope that all the speakers, their speeches be limpid, because you are gifted with a gift of gab. All right, fantastic. All the very best. And I'll be back with my Journal Evaluators report. Listen, stay tuned till the end. Do you know why? Because you're going to hear and listen to a fantastic speaker at the end also, telling us how can we draft a speech. Stay tuned till the end. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day, distinguished Toastmaster Kushal.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator Jayesh. This has been a fantastic introduction of your team. And now I believe everybody knows what and how tech team operates. So without further ado, I would not keep myself between you and the amazing speakers which we have lined up for today. Before I call up speaker number one, I'd like to call up the evaluator of the speaker one, Keshav, to please read on the speech objective for Toastmaster Vikrant's speech.
Thank you, DTM Kushal. Toastmaster Vikrant is going to give his icebreaker speech. The speech length is 4 minutes to 6 minutes. The speech title is "A Leader is in Front of You." Over to you, Toastmaster Kushal.
Thank you, Keshav. So the first speaker for the day is someone who is engineer by profession, who is engineer by education. By profession, he is having the family business of jewelry. By passion, amateur astronomer and photographer. He has served the club as Sergeant at Arms, Secretary, VP membership, and currently VP education of our club. Please help me welcome with loudest of cheers, first speaker of the day, Toastmaster Vikrant.
Yes,
All the very best.
Thank you. I'm audible and visible?
Yes, you are.
Okay, timer start. 1993, Government Polytechnic, Ahmedabad, Department of Electronics Engineering. First semester is going to about end. All students rush to the professor's chamber. Out of them, one student, heavily breathing, fear in his head, shivering, knocked the door. Tuck, tuck, tuck. Who is? May I come in, sir? Yes, yes. Yes, please. Sir, I want to submit this file. Okay, put it here. I will check. Okay. Thank you, sir. If you are all witness of this scene, you won't believe this student cannot stand alone in his life. And leader? Never. He will be here like a follower. He leads support entire life. A very good afternoon, my dear fellow Toastmaster and welcome guests. But that boy made from different soil. He was constantly supported by his father and motivated because he was facing speech challenge called stammering. He practiced lots of speaking in front of the mirror, read newspaper loudly. Oh my God, what Mr. VP Education is doing? He's doing delivery icebreaker for telling someone's story. No, my dear friends. That boy, that student was mean. Oh, and again, you might have a question. Then how now you're speaking so much amazing? What is the miracle? Are you all interested to know about my life journey? Yes or no? Yes, this is Vikrant Soni, VP Education, current tenure. I born 2nd November 1974. A small town 48 kilometers away from Ahmedabad named Kadi. My grandfather and ancestor all are in family business of gold and jewelry, except my father. He was a government servant in NCC and class 1 officer. I completed my nursery in my hometown and my father went transferred to Ahmedabad. We all moved here. We are here in Ahmedabad more than 35 years. I have seen this city grown up along with me. I completed my school and college level education here. After that, I have also done job as a computer engineer in a small private firm. But after that, due to we need some manpower in our family business, I moved. Thought I have an amazing career. And with the help of them, in 2006, I purchased my own office and startup in very old Ahmedabad gold market in Ratanpur. But what about this communication? My life was going amazing in comfort zone, my dear friends, and I have done nothing between age of 30 to 40 as I am enjoying my family fitness. But talking with the strangers always hitting me. For that, I came to know about one of the NGO called TISA. And when I joined, I learned core principle of them, learned few techniques to overcome them. I gradually improved. Along with this, about my personal life, I married, I have a 20 years old daughter, and I'm very fond of traveling, photography, amateur astronomer, and currently I am also leading a small group of scientists having affiliated to NASA, one of the international organization campaign who is searching in for asteroid, potentially hazardous moving object in space. And that NGO where I work, now I become a national faculty because I took advanced level of training from my founder. And one of my friends from ATM club told me about the Toastmaster. And the reason of joining Toastmaster is only that. First why is when I go on stage, there should be no fear. In September 2009, I joined the club, and after that, I have never seen back. Only my improvement graph gone up. I served this club as a Saturday secretary, vice president membership, and currently I am serving as VP education. That boy once in a life was not able to speak 2 lines properly. Now he is leading his family. His small proprietary firm. He is a leader of junior scientists. He is a national faculty of a TISA. And for this club, in a EC team, as a VP education, I am also leading this club. A leader in front of you. Over to you, Toastmaster today.
Wow, amazing speech.
As it's icebreaker, we would all stand up. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you very much.
Amazing speech, Toastmaster Vikrant. And who would say this was your icebreaker? At least I will not know. I will not, because I know that you already cleared one big whole path at Toastmaster. Thank you so much for this amazing, insightful speech one more time. We have 30 seconds to give feedback to our first speaker of the day. And you can give the feedback in the common chat or personal chat in Zoom itself. Timer, please let me know if 30 seconds are done.
I forgot to record. It should be done.
Fine. Yeah. So we have the second speech for the day. But before I call the second speaker, I would like to call up Toastmaster Hardik, the evaluator of Toastmaster Kritika's speech, to read on the speech objectives. Hardik, you are on mute.
Yeah. Thank you, Toastmaster Kushal. Going through a critical situation before Kritika starts. This cell phone battery is dying. Hopefully, I can finish by that time. Kritika is pursuing her L2 S1 speech. Her title is Leader or Manager. Objective for her speech is to identify her primary leadership style or styles, to share some aspect of her primary leadership style or discuss leadership style in journal. Toastmaster Kritika, leader or manager? Leader or manager, Toastmaster Kritika.
Thank you so much, Hardik. So next we have speaker number 2, and speaker 2 is someone who has been bachelor's in electrical engineering from Indus University. She is currently working as learning manager at Amazon. She plays a sports called Ultimate Frisbee. She loves to play outdoor games to activate herself. She believes in growing together. Amazing member of Heritage City Toastmaster Club and asset, of course. Please help me welcome with loudest of cheers, speaker number 2, Toastmaster Kritika.
Am I audible and visible?
Yes, you
Thank
are.
you so much. Thank you so much for the confirmation. A good leader should always. How do you finish that sentence? If I may ask, Toastmaster Isha, a good leader should always. How do you finish this sentence?
A good leader should always think about the people before himself, put the greater good before themselves.
Very well said. Any other point of view on a good leader should always?
Always be limpid.
Always be limited. Correct. Anyone else?
A good leader is good listener.
Good listener. Very nice. Anyone else?
A good leader should empower.
A good leader should empower. Correct.
A good leader should be example and lead by example.
Lead by example. Very well said. So we all
A good
know.
leader is a follower.
And
Very
a
nice.
good leader make other people leaders, make more leaders.
Wow. Rightly said by all of you. A good leader possess a lot of leadership skills. So when I started my journey, I believed a good leader should be goal oriented. Now when the time evolves, when we lead as a leaders and when we lead by example, our sentence changes day by day. A sentence that a good leader should be, what a good leader should be, that changes by the time we lead as a leader. Now, during my journey, I have witnessed a lot of leadership styles. Personally, majorly, I have witnessed 3 types of leadership. First being authoritative leadership. Authoritative leadership. Have you heard someone saying that during a problem situation, there are either 2 solutions? One, we go by the solution that I have provided. Option 2, choose option 1. Yes, there is no any other option. There is always one decision that has been made by the leader. So, an authoritative leader is very clear with the command to their peers, and sometimes it can be overbearing and controlling in nature. But an authoritative leader is not, while we assume that the authoritative leader can be overbearing and controlling sometimes, but it is not actually true always. Can you think of a military commander? Yes. So they have to be authoritative at times to make their team physically fit, because they cannot afford to be not fit, because it directly is linked with the lives of others. So the authoritative leadership styles, it depends on the situation that how you should apply. It depends on the end result, how the end result should look like. So authoritative leadership is very helpful during leading a physical journey. You be authoritative and you see good end results in that. Second, coming to delegative leadership. Have you heard someone saying, do whatever best is for the solution? Do whatever best is for the solution, but the end result and the output should be done by tomorrow. You must have heard the sentences. So a delegative leader is someone who delegates many tasks to the team members and he completely gives the freedom for decision making to the team members. Now, delegative leadership is sometimes helpful when the team itself is very skill oriented, very skill expertise. But when it is a new team, then you can't leave everything onto them. Then comes the third leadership, coaching leadership. This is my personal favorite, and I'm very fortunate enough to have a manager who has this leadership style. So, coaching leader, who is a coaching leader? Anyone? Who is a coaching leader?
Somebody who helps to discover the true potential of the own person. So it does not impart any training or something, but coaching is someone whom the person is able to evolve himself through the guidance.
I think coaching is like a person, the person who is under him, allowing him to take a decision instead of taking the decisions by himself or herself.
Correct. Very correct. So, coaching leader is someone who recognizes strengths and the weaknesses of their team, and they help them to grow. And coaching leader, if you have had been under a coach, under a bad coach, then you must know that coaching isn't for everyone because the coaching requires patience and time. During in a company, there are some positions there, such as manager, senior manager, and leadership and management sometimes often used as interchangeably. But personally, I believe a leader and manager is different altogether. A leader is someone who utilizes his vision for the company's growth, but at the same time, he looks after his team also. He helps them grow. While a manager is the operational role who looks after the company growth. So, a manager is a title, does not always guarantee success, but a leader, a coach is an action. Leading and coaching is an action. It is not a title. It will always guarantee success. So, what do you choose, leader or manager? Over to you, Toastmaster Kushal.
Oh, that was indeed an amazing speech, Toastmaster Kritika. We have another 30 seconds to give feedback for this fantastic speech of Toastmaster Kritika.
Seconds has been completed.
Thank you so much, timer of the day. Now we come to, do we have polls before the session? I would like to request the host of the meeting to please give the polls to select the best speaker of the day. And you can choose from the speaker number 1, Toastmaster Vikrant, and speaker number 2, Toastmaster Kritika.
I'm launching the poll so everyone can vote.
So is the poll concluded?
Yes, Kushal.
Okay, fine. Thank you. For the sake of the guest, generally we have 3 sections, but today we are not having table topic section because today something very important, very amazing and fantastically elevating is going to happen. I'll give you some brief about how it is. For a Marwadi like me, it is courageous to share. But today someone is going to share his secret of success with you all. And trust me, this is a big, huge thing. Today, we're going to face something which will enlighten you, embark you on the journey of contest, winning, failing fearlessly, failing ferociously, but failing gracefully. And above that, contesting. Today, someone is going to teach us how to draft a winning speech. And how do I introduce him? One simple way of introducing him is he's an MBA, he's having a great, amazing corporate career in sales, and recently ventured into field of entrepreneurship in field of automobiles. But if you ask me personally, how do I introduce him? In field of sales, this guy can sell cats to rats. Personally, if you ask me how do I introduce him, he is such a close friend that he can make you feel or forget all the miseries, all the worries, all the stress of life. At times I forget I am married when I'm with him. If you ask me how is he relevant to you, I would say he is the champion of champions. Raise the flag of Heritage City Toastmaster, not just as club, area, division, but all the way to district. Not just in one type of contest, but 2 international speech contests as well as evaluation contests. So what you're going to hear today is no less than wonder, which is going to change your life in the arena of Toastmasters. When we were talking about challenge yourself today, this is one big challenge. The one way, sit like me, do not contest, or another way, contest like the champion of the way today's education session is going to be and go all the way to the top. Please help me welcome the person who is the base, the very primitive stone of Heritage City Toastmasters Club, without which HCTC wouldn't have been in existence. The mentor of our club, dearest friend, and an amazing Toastmaster. Please help me welcome with loudest of cheers for education session today, Toastmaster Amit Gulati.
I have a dream. I have a dream. The speech by Martin Luther King is a great one. It's not the best one. Do you know why? Anyone? Let me give you the reason. Because Martin Luther King never competed in a contest. And to be the best, you need to be better than the others. But you, my dear friends, would be competing in the contest. So you would require a lot of things that would make your speech good, better, best. Thanks, Kushal, for introducing me. And I was wondering after probably a minute or so that who is the one who's going to come, because the introduction was not ending. Right there. There could be some disclaimers. A couple of them are, one, I can choose my own language because this is not a speech. This is educational session. So pardon me for that. Number 2, I can target somebody to make this complete session a little bit humorous. So don't mind. All right. You must have heard the 7 habits of highly effective people. I can tell you 7 tips to better, to best your speech craft skills the way I do. And this is the biggest disclaimer, the way I do. There are champions, there are wonderful speakers around the globe who might do it differently. This is my way of doing it. If you can, if you feel that this is relevant for you, please take it ahead. Otherwise, it's okay. All right. So here I move. And before I move to the first point, the first question that generally comes to me is what topic to choose for a contest? Now, there's a small exercise. Take 3 circles, and the intersection of that circle is your topic. What I'm going to talk about? The first circle is about write down all the topics that you feel are very close to you, that you really believe in. For example, I believe that nobody should take a wrong turn. Wrong turn as in while driving. I do not take a wrong turn. It's very dangerous. That's my value. I really believe in that. So you could have any number of topics to be listed, things you believe in. Women empowerment. Okay. The second circle is the topic that has a wonderful, actionable message. Once you've found the message in those topics, you will see now the topic would making more sense. And things which do not have that message, leave them apart. Final circle, the intersecting circle of the above 2 circles is how relevant it is for the audience. Your topic can be wonderful. It could have a great message, but deliver it to the wrong audience and nobody will laugh. Forget being inspired. So relevance is very important. That's how you choose the intersection of the 3 circles, take the topic. But this is not how I speech craft my speech. Point number 1 comes now. Point number 1 is structure. Now this is pretty common. Please organize your speech. Everybody is putting together a structure. But how exactly we do that? Opening, tell them what you're going to tell them. Body, tell them. Conclusion, tell them what you told them. Tell them what you're going to tell them. Tell them what you told them. If you remember these things in brief, you would not miss out on the structure. Here, opening is the key to the heart, eyes, and ears of the audience. If we leave the opening, if we do not do a wonderful opening, then the complete speech goes for a toss. Opening may not win you the contest or the speech itself, but opening is the doorstep to the heart of the audience. They decide in those 30 seconds whether I should listen to you or not. Body. Body is the body of the speech, as in the support material, your analogies, your anecdotes, your metaphors, your support material of the message that you want to share comes as a part of body. And last conclusion, all is well that ends well. If you have really believed in that, my dear friend, this is the time to apply that. If you have missed upon a very impactful conclusion, mark my words, you would not win it. Only if the conclusion is very empathetic, if the conclusion is really impactful, only then people remember and vote. Everybody has a cash memory, even the judges. So always end well. Now here I give you the example of Dhananjay Hetiyaraji. How did Dhananjay started with his speech? Three seconds, he waited. Let the audience settle down. Took a rose, smelled it, created that silence in the audience. Everyone was observed. He didn't even say a single word. And then he said the words. As he started his opening statement, he had a wonderful, important line to share. He said, when we are broken, it's very difficult to feel special. He asked the audience, do you feel special? And then he said this. There was a question. There was a scenario built in the opening. The stage was set. Remember, he did not share the message itself in the opening. Very critical. Do not share your message in the opening. Leave it for the later part. Let people discover that through your support material, body, and conclusion. Don't give it in the opening. Create a scenario. Okay? Once you've created that scenario, Dhananjay did, various champions did, then they move on to the body. And then support material started. And the moment they enter into the body is based upon the message. Here comes the second point, the message. The second tip, the message. When I say this message, everybody has a message, right? Every speech has a message. But message, when I say message, a message should be actionable. One. Number two, the message has to be enacted. Please mark my words when I say the message has to be enacted. That means when you say that message, the audience should know that the message has come and your delivery should change there. I had a contest earlier, I think it was 2017, I think, when I had my first contest in Ahmedabad, and one of my winning speeches was presentation matters. I made it a point that when I say presentation matters, I said presentation matters. Actionable. Now, my style might be very poor. Yours can be much better. And the world champions have given their styles as well. Okay? Use those styles. Enact your message. Make your message memorable. Here I ask you this question, and you would ask the world champion as well. Can you give me the message of Dhananjay's speech? Anyone? You all have heard it probably multiple times. Can you give me the message of Dhananjay's speech? Kushal, Isha, Jayesh, all the senior people. Do you remember the message? What was the message? And here's my remark. Yeah. Tell me.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
No, tell me. Please tell me. I was asking only.
Yeah, so it was basically relating to the title when he ended. I see something, but I don't know what it is, which meant again that even though you don't know what is going on with your life, there are going to be ups, there are going to be downs, but then there would some circle come, it would all change around and it would mean something, even if you don't know what is going on with your life. That is what I intercepted from his total speech, which I heard probably 5 times.
Thanks, Isha. You know why, Isha, I would, sorry, I'm saying this, probably I beg to differ with your opinion. He says, be in the company of people who hold you together, piece you together. Those are special people. That was the message. Do not leave the company of those special people who bind you together. Okay? Now, this message is not remembered by Isha. I tell you, 99% of the people, even world champions, would not remember it. I give you in writing. You know why? I tell you, the reason is his humor was way higher than his message. Number two, there was no inaction of his message, but his inaction of the humor was splendid. And when you move out of the room, when you move out of the conference hall, the contest, your friends, your family mates, and everyone, what did you talk about? Don't talk about the message. They remembered the line that made you laugh. that made everybody laugh. And you were looking at, yes, Aitha. All right. Everyone to get lighten up. Why do we remember Kushal every time? He makes your mood lighten up. Right? That's the power of humor. Therefore, the third important message, and star market, there is no speech without humor. I tell this again, there is no speech without humor. Okay? Whether it is a serious, motivational, inspirational, informative speech, humor should be there. There was a stat used by Muhammad Khatani. I don't remember it honestly. What was that exact stat? But all I can say is I remember those humorous lines shared by him and all the world champions. Okay, here comes the next one. Use a hook. Use a hook. Isha already shared, I see something in you. Or there was another hook, like in Lance Miller's speech, he said, Jijink.
Chichik, chichik. That was it.
Yes, yes. And Dhananjay was one speaker that he used two hooks. The first one he said, it's when you're broke, it's very difficult to feel special. And then when he lost, he said, it's when you're lost, it's very difficult to feel special. He connected back again. That opening line, that was another hook. His major hook was, I see something in you. And this was the second hook. Now that's extremely important. And this is also recall. From opening, you use this recall in the body and try to use that in the conclusion as well. Don't make it overdoing things. Dhananjay did it perfectly, using it twice. That's it. So you can use this recall effect. Okay. The fifth one is anecdotes. I'm not talking about stories. I'm not talking about incidents which happened with other people or Muhammad Khatani or maybe Martin Luther King, Mahatma Gandhi. Please. I want, or the audience wants to listen about you. Audience wants to listen what happened with you or around you. What got you inspired? That is really everyone wants to look forward to. Draw messages, speech out of your own personal stories. Anecdotes, my dear friends. Anecdotes, not just stories. All right. There's another point which I would not mark it as a star point. That's not my sixth point, but use modulation and vocal varieties. You can take cues from, I loved Muhammad Khatani's speech when he gestured this and talked about a scientist and he was drawing something on the board when he was talking to the kid. A lot of things, body language, gestures, I think fantastic body language. But you know it, you are Toastmasters, you know it. So I'm not marking this point, okay? I'm moving to the next point. The next point is, the fifth point is, make somebody else a hero. Remember, make somebody else the hero of your speech. Please do not be the hero of your own speech. You are a hero, we know it. You've come here to contest, we know it. You have a success story, which is also good, but the success story is due to some more people. Make them heroes. Because of them, you should shine. You may shine. You may choose to shine, but because of other people. Okay? So in Dhananjay's speech, Uncle Sam, that Toastmaster, his wife, okay? In Muhammad Khatani's life, the kid. And that example, which happened with the inspiration example of his friend, who was actually brilliant, but he couldn't do, and he learned something out of it, right? Lance Miller, the lady at the parking lot who said, do you validate there? So those are the moments, and those are the people who you should highlight. Number 6 is, this is very important. a moment of brilliance. Every speech, to be a winning speech, should have a moment of brilliance. So when I write my speech and I practice it, sometimes I practice it along with my wife, and my wife gives feedback. My wife says, "ये जीतने वाली speech नहीं. This is not a winning speech." Because ठीक है, अच्छा बोल रही है, content ठीक है, but there was no spark in that speech which really motivates me, which hits me hard, which I move out of this room and talks about. That moment of brilliance can come through a very important fact, can come through a very inspirational story, at best by humor, because I see something. And you will follow this. A moment of brilliance. Muhammad Khatani's opening was brilliant. He lighted up a cigarette, waited for people to respond. In his opening, he gave the moment of brilliance, the brilliance moment of his composure, that he was lighting and he was seeing. What? He gestures first and then says what? Remember that this is a moment of brilliance. He's feeling the audience. And Lance Miller, I come back again to Lance Miller always. Do you know what's wrong with the world? Do you know what's wrong with him? Do you know what's wrong with you? Who cares? Who cares? He says. Amazing moment of brilliance. A message conveyed through body language. That was the whole speech. Who cares? All right. So a moment of brilliance. Try to have this moment of brilliance and you would do great. Last and final, before we move to the question answers. There is nothing more important than practice. Practice, practice, practice. You would have heard it. But how? How? Practice. Whenever you write a line, practice and say it. See if this really making a lot of sense. If it is, keep it. Okay. Then you practice this paragraph. Then you practice the speech and see if everything fits in. Remove the unnecessary things. Remove the words, the lines, which is not making sense. But that would come when you're practicing every part of your speech. Small parts. So these were my nuggets. There are a lot of things that I would have liked to share, but I think the time would be running out. For example, there's another point, I take feedback of friends. I remember in the same speech of presentation matters, one of the, I got very popular by this wonderful line that if adding mint leaves and umbrella saw can make a lemon soda, a mojito, then with better presentation skills, you can win the world. But this line was not actually mine. I mean, I made this line, but I was given a feedback by Kushal. I said, sir, maza nahi aa raha, humor nahi aa raha. मजा नहीं आ रहा, ह्यूमर नहीं आ रहा. I said, यार ये प्रेजेंटेशन में कुछ ऐसा नहीं होता, ये नींबू सोडा को ये मोहितो बोल देते होते हैं, कुछ ऐसा नहीं बना सकते. And he just randomly said it. And I thought, wow, that's the line. And I went back home, crafted this line, and it was a hit. So take feedback of friends, near ones, wife, spouses, right? So these are some of the points. I would now take questions because those are also important, and there are a lot of things, other things, but I'm skipping those. Thanks, sir. Questions, if anyone has.
I actually want to ask this question to Toastmaster Amit. You have said many a times that while you were also coaching me for the humorous speech contest, you have said me this thing that the topics needs to be repeated or revised for the audience. It's had to be recalled, or you have to create hooks, as you said. So while we were listening to the speech of that 2005, I just forgot his name. I'm very bad
Lance,
at names. Yeah,
Lance,
the
yeah, I'll
chick
take
chick.
the question.
Yeah, the validation speech that was. So he's not repeating the topic. The ultimate question is his topic, while he is constantly repeating validation, the message of the speech, rather than the title of the speech. So how do you comment here?
I
Have
mentioned
it
that.
changed, like from like now if we see the still standing, the speech which was given by Romana, that was repeating, I see that was repeating again, Dhanandraj, but had that changed over the transition of time?
No, no, absolutely not. It is not the title which has to be repeated. There has to be a recall effect of what you've used in the opening, what you try to use in the start of your speech. Only that can be recalled. If you've used the title, you can do that. If you've used a message, you can do that. If you use uh, any humorous line, you can do that. There should be a recall effect such that people are able to connect. अच्छा, वो तो वो यूरेका मोमेंट जो है वो रिकॉल से आएगा जरूर, रिकॉल जरूर होगा, हर स्पीच में रिकॉल होगा, but that necessarily doesn't mean has to be of the title. It could be of anything. Yeah, I saw Kritika raising her hand. Kritika?
Yes. Uh, Adding quotes and anecdotes by great leaders, how much that is important to include in our speech.
Anecdotes useless of great leaders, and quotes by great leaders useful. Depending upon your content, if you feel that these are adding value to your content, please use them. You can use them. That's okay. But anecdotes of famous personalities can be Googled, so I would not suggest that. It is better that you use your own stories. Those are anecdotes.
Thank you.
Jayesh, you were trying to ask something?
Yeah, but we have Parul. She has raised her hand. Parul, you can go ahead.
Okay. So, Toastmaster Amit, I have a question like how many personal stories we can include and how long it would be? That would be, I think.
See, Aaron Beverley in his latest winning speech used just one story, the marriage concept, right? But if you see Mohammed Khatani, he used three stories. Okay, so there is actually no rule book which says number of story that you can use. Even Dhananjay used more than three incidents. One is of he got jailed. The second, he went to Uncle Sam for history and geography. Third, he used for Toastmaster. So yeah, three stories. So there is no big such concept which says that how many stories or anecdotes one should use. I think it depends upon your title, the message that you're trying to deliver, and how strongly your message is or story is. So Aaron Beverley wanted to convey this whole idea uh, by making people imagine an incident which is happening, a scenario which is happening, and basis that the drawing should come. So there was a big imagination of the whole scenario, not a small snippet. So I think both are good, but it has to be very engaging. If you're trusting a single story, it has to be very engaging.
And like how it can be, I mean, we can try to be relatable, right? The story that we are trying to put it up, it should be relatable somewhere, or it should be relatable to message, I guess.
No, relation is always to the audience. Aristotle says a good speaker is one who talks what audience wants to hear. The moment the speaker believes that he should talk what he wants to say, that's the most naive speaker on earth. He used the word naive. Okay, so relatable is always towards the audience. Audience का demographic समझिए, audience का nature समझिए, उसके बाद speech दीजिए. For example, हम बहुत सारे भारी भरकम अगर messages देने लग जाएं और हमारी audience gaveliers हो हमारे, I don't think that would make a lot of sense, right? और हम यहाँ पे I mean, you got the assets, right? I picked up this name, Aaron Beverley, and I wanted to raise this point. Aaron Beverley's earlier speech of 52 words, title of 52 words. That was a moment of brilliance in the start only. So I was talking about moment of brilliance. I had noted it down and thought to share it. Thanks, Parul, for the question. I hope it answered.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, Jayesh.
Aditya, you have any question here?
Yes, I have a question.
Yeah, please. After
I-
the last, I think my question would be the last, right?
Yeah, fine.
Yeah, Aditya.
You were telling how anecdotes are important, to support your message. And I'm someone who faces a lot of difficulty with personal experiences and telling a personal story, because it is not something you can source it from Google. You'll have to source it from your memory and from your feelings in the heart. So I just want to know from you, what is your writing process when it comes to developing a personal story, scripting a personal story, and delivering it to the audience?
Thanks, Aditya. It's a very important question, I think. Firstly, I don't script the anecdote. So when we say scripting an anecdote, it would not be an anecdote, it would be a script. Okay? So it is always my anecdote, it is always my personal story, which is actually happening. Now, you use 95% of it, you only add a few words or things to make more connect with the audience, or make things more relevant to the audience. Okay. For example, I remember in my one of my first speech in the second speech in the ISC contest. The contest was about, I had the topic less is good. Okay. In that less is good, I mentioned Prakash, my friend, who died by suicide. Okay. But the actual thought was, it was me who thought of suicide at one point of time. And nobody in this room even knows it. There was one point of time I thought of doing a suicide. But if I would have said that, it was an old cliched thing. Somebody got depressed, wanted to have a suicide, and now he's doing a star, using the speech to win the contest. So I didn't want it to sound like that. So that's why I changed it. And now to answer, how do we pick up those anecdotes is by observation. But we feel that these things are very common, and इसपे कुछ नहीं है. But if you look deep inside, you would just like a comedian, a stand-up comedian, you would look at instances and find humor. Those masters are the one. Speech content. Whatever happens, just write it down or try to remember it. Those are speech content. You never know that you might use it. Whatever that I have used in my previous speeches, I never thought that I might be using it. But this habit, and I thought this is more suitable to the message. So I pick up a message and then I think, कौन सा बैठ रहा है? फिर कोई ना कोई बैठ जाता. Jayesh, last question. Time is running out.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you very much, Amit, for such a wonderful education session. Just a small question, but I would like to explain it a bit. Like you always used to tell me whenever we used to sit together, and when we used to draft a speech for ISC, you used to tell me that always use the speech title more often in your speech so that you can recall the audience. Like how I have seen you I have listened to your speeches, Ronak speeches, Kushal speeches, right? Even Dhananjay Hitraji also uses, I see something in you, but I don't know what it is, in a very nice way. You using a presentation matters. Ronak using 1 millimeter. You using sun god and how you used to bring the gestures. Fabulous. How often should we use the speech title? Number one. Second question is, what should, while we are drafting, it depends on the speed of a person, how he is speaking, but what should be the average number of words that we should have in a speech? So these are the two questions. Kindly.
The first one is will go hand in hand with Parul's question. Number of stories, the number of stories should have the number of times we repeat your message or a recall effect should be equal to the number of stories or incidents we are using in a speech. Okay, plus one if we are using the same in the conclusion, if at all you want. So if you have 3 stories, you can use it thrice, plus once in conclusion. If you have just one story, you should use once and then once in the conclusion. So that answers. The second part was number of words. Of course, as you already said, it depends upon the speed of this rate of speech of a speaker. How much do I use? I tend to keep around 680 words, 680 to 700. Earlier, my speech were around 750 to 800 words, but then I mellowed down. I thought to give more time to gestures, be more poised on stage. So my word count reduced to 720, then 700, then 680. There was one point of time I used only 650 words as well. Okay. But if you look at Mohammed Khatani's speech, he must be having more than 750 words. But mostly other, Josephine Lee would have used probably 650 words, not more than that. Yeah, I remember even it was less than 650. We went to the indoor conference, I, Kushal, and other people as well. Josephine Lee used less than 650 words. If you have not seen this video, the people, Josephine Lee says, I will be there. Very crisply. Please watch this video.
Sure. Thank you.
Sure.
Anything else, Toastmaster Amit, that you would like to say at the end, and then we'll give the
Toastmaster Jayesh, I would like to ask Toastmaster Amit to actually summarize this education session by telling us one experience, that one experience which all of us in our Toastmaster journey, probably whole of the club, would want to know.
Right.
How important is taking part in the contest? And how long does it take? Does it matter on how long does it take of winning? Or how did you win in your journey of 10 years? That's a big deal. So
length doesn't matter. You went to the, I think, division level in the first attempt. It took me a lot of attempts to reach division level. There were Toastmasters in the finals of the international conference who were just 1 year old, 2 years prior to this. Yeah, his speech, I remember he was on a moped. So that is how early one can go there. Or as late as Jim Key, who had tried multiple times and then been at stage multiple times, been third, been second, never been first, and then finally became first and said, okay, thank you. So length really doesn't matter. Second, you asked a memorable experience. I came to Ahmedabad on 24th of October 2016. 23rd, I participated in the humorous speech contest at the district level in District 41, and I was under John. What is that? Dengue. I was in dengue. I was in dengue at that point of time. My platelets were pretty low, and I said that I would. मैं जिएगा या मरेगा जो भी करेगा स्टेज पे करेगा, ठीक है, यहाँ तक पहुंचे हैं तो यहाँ तक करें. तो वो मोटिवेशन लेवल है, वो इसलिए बना जैसा आपने कहा. I have learned a lot from contests. That's the actual feedback. Okay, in the sandwich way of giving feedback in Toastmasters, sometimes we are giving genuine feedback, sometimes we are not giving genuine feedback. But if you're winning, you're not winning, the audience there gives you the right feedback. Your result, not only result, but the audience there, how engaging your speech was, how much claps, attention, or wow were there in the audience. That gives you feedback. So if you want to develop yourself as a speaker, you have to participate in the contest.
Wow, that was amazing. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Amit. I would like to hand over the stage. Anything from anyone? Last call to questions.
Kindly ask for the question.
I was just wondering, the moment you gave the winning speech, before that your wife has said that it's good or not?
My wife did not allow me to go to the stage because I had very less blood platelet counts. and I said that I want to be there. So we never had that discussion at that time. But there were certain speeches when she said, "Yeah, you can go ahead with this." So one of them was presentation matters.
Thank you.
Great. Okay, then we'll conclude this over here.
Thank you so
And
much.
we'll hand the stage over to Toastmaster of the day.
Wow, was it not amazing? Next level, fantastic. Let's show it through the gestures, guys, not just smiles. Amazingly done, Toastmaster Amit. This was really elevating, and I'm very sure people who were thinking, should we do it or not? Should we go out there, challenge ourselves or not? Now we all know how to do it. So we started the session by why should we challenge ourselves? Why should we go out there and contest and not just be a part of normal club meetings? And with Amit's speech, with Amit's educational session, we also know how can we not just go out there, but crack it like a champion that he is. Thank you so much, Amit, for such a fantastic and elevating session. We all look forward to hear more from you. And guys, so we come back to the third most important and most educational part of a Toastmaster meeting, which is evaluation. I would like to call upon the general evaluator of the day to take the feedback session or the evaluation session for today's meeting. Toastmaster Jayesh.
Thank you very, very much, DTM Kushal. We'll be starting with the evaluation session, and I would like to call the first evaluator for the day. He has done his electronics and communication engineering from Nirma University, washing powder Nirma University. He is currently working as a research and development engineer with drone manufacturing company. He's an engineer by profession, photographer by passion, and a cadet by nature. He loves to travel, and you will find him practicing his skills early in the morning. He is our current Vice President membership. Please help me welcome the evaluator one, Toastmaster Keshav Khan.
Thank you, General Evaluator, for such a warm welcome. How many of you got inspired by our own leader, Vikrant Sony's icebreaker speech? Amazing. A very good afternoon to all the members here. Toastmaster Vikrant started with a very energetic way. He started by taking us back to his college days. It was a very well-crafted speech. You showed the confidence in the speech by telling about yourself and about your journey. We definitely got inspired by your journey from not being able to present yourself in the class to leading us as a VP education of our club. There are few points where you can add to bring more to go to the next level of your speech. Number one is the vocal variety. Vocal variety, when you said that there was some comfort zone you were feeling, and at that moment of time, you wanted to upgrade your self skills. So it could be like this. I was in the comfort zone and I realized that I need to work on my skills, and I joined the NGO. So if you bring this to your speech, you can take it to the next level. Number two was the chronological structure. You started by your college days, and after that you took us to the born year of yours. But if you start with your born years and go to your college days, and so subsequently the speeches goes on, that would make us more connected to your speech. Overall, it was a very confident and a very inspiring speech to one of us. And it was definitely a very inspiring speech to expand our boundaries so that we keep on learning in our life and never stop learning from the failures. That is what I have taken from your speech, and I'm looking forward to learn from you as a mentor and as a leader of our club. Thank you. Over to you, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Jayesh.
Thank you very, very much.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Keshav Khan. Thank you very much.
Absolutely, you rightly said he is a gift of gab when he comes to speaking. He's absolutely a gift of gab. Toastmaster Vikrant. Thank you. Moving ahead with the second evaluator, and let me call upon the second evaluator. Let me tell you about him. He's an he's not an entrepreneur. He's an intrapreneur and a change maker. He has over 15 plus years of global experience of technology, consulting, and social arena. He is a problem solver. He is working. You know what he's working on, ladies and gentlemen? He's working to eliminate two words, not only from the Indian dictionary, but all those dictionaries that are available in the world, so that we can have a long-term major impact to over 1 billion lives. He's trying his level best, and we hope that we can also do our best to support him. Please help me welcome the evaluator to Toastmaster Hardik. Toastmaster Hardik.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jayesh. Congratulations, Kritika, for beginning your level 2. Indeed, it was your moment of brilliance by asking a simple question. What is your leadership style? Or what is a leadership style? It was completely open-ended and very much participated by almost 5 to 6 people. So at the beginning, you grabbed that attention that everyone was looking. Moving on to your confidence, presenting that online was amazing. There are two different kind of people who would like to either they would like to give speech by sitting or standing. You have chosen a standing speech, which is sometimes very difficult. However, your eye contact to camera, that was second to none. I loved it. Your speech was very limpid in a structural flow where we could see different three types of leadership skills. And in between the speech, you asked different questions. So you kept engaging audience. What is coming more? In terms of a constructive feedback, I have few. While giving speech online, it would be better if you do not use any background. As because of the technology in online, it distracts and your posture, body movements are not completely visible. So please avoid that. In terms of body movement, which I learned from our president Isha, she is absolute awesome by coming near to camera and going back at certain key points. So if you can learn that thing, that will take you to very next level. Lastly, I would have liked to see what were your personal stories in terms of leadership, because people might have 2-3 different leaderships within them, or they might be looking through a transition or setback. I wanted to know more about your personal story as well. Overall, if I conclude, I must say it was gift of the gap, and everyone wanted to hear more. Thank you. Back to Toastmaster Jayesh.
Wow, fabulous. Absolutely fluent evaluation. Thank you very much, evaluators, my second team. And moving ahead with my tag team. But before we move ahead, let us have the best evaluators poll. I hope the host is started with the polls. Kindly launch it, Toastmaster Shubham. For the best evaluator, we have Toastmaster Keshav and Toastmaster Hardik. Absolutely. Thank you. Going to be a nail-biting finish, I hope. All right. By the time the polling is going on, kindly, I would request everyone to kindly mute themselves. And Shubham, once the polling is done, do let me know, right?
Done.
Thank you. All right, moving ahead with the tag teams report. So I will call the A first. Let me call upon the A counter with his report. Toastmaster Shubham, over to you.
Good evening once again, everyone. Thank you, our general evaluator. So everybody wants to see who has made rice and who has made noodles. Let me tell you, my friend, what a fantastic and eloquent speech everybody has given, and everyone. It was very hard for me to find the uhs and ums. So coming to the firstly, I would like to tell about Amit ji. Amit ji was flawless in his speech, and in questions and answer session, he made 2 us. The 2 and 3 us were made by Toastmaster Kritika, 3 us, Toastmaster Kushal, 2 us, DTM Kushal, 2 us, Toastmaster Jayesh, 2 us, Toastmaster Amit, 2 us, and Toastmaster Keshav, 3 us. The person who made more than 5 us were guest Panchal and Toastmaster Parth. Now, the persons who were the gift of the gap and completely flawless, those were Toastmaster Isha, Toastmaster Vikrant, and Toastmaster Hardik. A big round of applause for them. So this was the report for me, and over to our esteemed general evaluator.
Thank you very much. A counter for the day, Toastmaster Shubham. Thank you very much for your reports. Really appreciate it. Moving ahead with the most important report. Do you know what it is? It is our very own Grammarian's report. Please help me welcome Toastmaster Aditya, the Grammarian for the day.
Thank you very much, General Evaluator Toastmaster Jayesh. Here goes the Grammarian report for the day. Word of the day, limpid, was used by Toastmaster Jayesh, Toastmaster Parth, and Toastmaster Hardik. Kudos. Phrase of the day, gift of the gap, was used by Toastmaster Jayesh and Toastmaster Shubham. Good usage of words, some good phrases were comfortable in my skin, no pain, no gain, fast failing, Argus eye, and moment of brilliance. Some good words, accustomed, cache memory, and anecdotes. Now here goes a report for improper usage of words and corresponding corrections. Correction in adjective, first part should have been the first part because of the superlative degree. Corrections in parallelism, staying where you are, but to stay relevant should have been staying where you are, but also staying relevant. Corrections in plural form, more wife should have been more wives. Correction in pronouns, I am audible and visible should have been am I audible and visible in interrogative format. Corrections in tense, I become a national faculty should have been I have become a national faculty. Corrections in verbal reasoning, never seen back should have been never looked back. Corrections in subject verb agreement should be a good leader possess should have been a good leader possesses. Corrections in pronunciations are as follows. Authoritative should have been authoritative. Intercepted should have been interpreted. That's all from my end. Over to you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Jayesh.
Thank you very much, very much, Toastmaster Aditya, with your Grammarian's report. Really loved it. It was crisp and nice. Moving ahead with the last and final person of my tag team, that is the T, the timer for the day. Please help me welcome Toastmaster Parth on the virtual platform. Please give a round of applause, guys. Let the energy flow.
Thank you very much. So I will share my screen to share my report first of all. Is it visible? The screen is visible? Okay. I will go one by one. Okay. So meeting has started at 3 o'clock and 5 minutes. The first person, Toastmaster of the day, distinguished Toastmaster Kushal, took 18 minutes and 48 seconds. Presiding officer Toastmaster Isha took 6 minutes and 4 seconds. Sergeant at Arms Toastmaster Shubham took 4 minutes and 14 seconds. General Evaluator Toastmaster Jayesh took 8 minutes and 38 seconds. Education session plus Q&A, Toastmaster Amit took 36 minutes and 10 seconds. Grammarian Toastmaster Aditya took 3 minutes and 25 seconds. Counter Toastmaster Shubham took 3 minutes and 9 seconds. Timer Toastmaster Parth took 3 minutes and 15 seconds in introduction. Icebreaker speech Toastmaster Vikrant took 6 minutes and 4 seconds. Evaluator Toastmaster Keshav took 2 minutes and 22 seconds. Speaker 2 Toastmaster Kritika took 6 minutes and 48 seconds. Speaker 3 Toastmaster V Santhanam was not there, and Becky Das guest introduction took 1 minute and 2 seconds. Parth Panchal guest introduction 0 minute and 33 seconds. So yeah, that's it from my end. Thank you very much. Over to the general evaluator.
Fabulous. Thank you very, very much. Timer for the day, Toastmaster Parth. And here I am with my journal evaluators report. But before I give that, let us have the best role player award as well, right? So we have the best role player poll. I hope it is ready. Toastmaster Shubham.
Yes.
We have 4 nominees. The SA, that is Toastmaster Shubham. The timer, Toastmaster Parth. A counter, Toastmaster Shubham again. And Grammarian, we have Toastmaster Aditya. Please launch the poll. All right, so Shubham has only given 1. That means it is for SA as well as for a counter. All right. भाइयों बहनों, देखो चुनाव का समय चल रहा है, वोट दीजिए. All right. I hope all the voting is done. Toastmaster Shubham.
Yes.
All right. Thank you very, very much. Let us start with my journal evaluations report. The meeting was fantastic. We had our education session. We also learned many things about how can we overcome our challenges. So let me start off how the meeting and when the meeting started. The meeting started at 3:05. You're 5 minutes late due to the inavailability of few role players in the beginning. I would request everyone to kindly, enter the meeting room by 2:45 because we would love to start the meeting on time and end it also on time. Going ahead with the SA, Toastmaster Shubham, we can never forget your pencil and your sharpener when you started it. You also told us our life is like our pencil. We need to keep sharpening our skills so that we can write our own life's journey. Absolutely wonderful, Toastmaster Shubham. Really kudos to you. Please give a round of applause to Toastmaster Shubham on that. Moving ahead with the presiding officer, Toastmaster Isha, you introduced Toastmaster to the guest. You took guest introduction, and also you did the oath taking ceremony of the 2 new members of our club. Kudos to you on that, and you introduced the Toastmaster of the day very nicely. Coming to my tag team, all of them were more or less very new to the roles that they were taking, except for Aditya. Coming to the timer, Toastmaster Parth, you have taken this role for the first time and you did justice to it. Fabulous, Toastmaster Parth. What a great timer you were today. You noted all those timing things in your timing device. Just a few, just one recommendation to you is, while you're giving your introduction, if you could have showed the timer cards to the audience, it would have been great. They would have, be accustomed to what are they going to, how they're going to see the timer cards. And as well as while you're giving your introduction, also just mention the qualifying time, right? You did mention it, but few of them were incorrect. So kindly correct it when you're taking this role for the next time. Kindly correct it then and there. Otherwise, your role was fab. Kudos to you. Kudos. Well done. Coming to the that is the counter, that is A. Coming to Toastmaster Shubham, you took this role in a very small span of time, and you did just give justice to it. You were very good. Please, just one mention that while if you can also use your Excel sheet, that would also give a clear picture to the audience by how many ers and ums that they have used or any filler words that you've used. Otherwise, your role was fab. Kudos to you on that. Well done. Please give a round of applause. Toastmaster Shubham, everybody. And my third player of my tag team is the Grammarian. He took the role at the last minute. At the last minute. Please give a round of applause to Toastmaster Aditya for taking the role at the very last moment. And he just like Toastmaster Amit, he was spontaneous and he did just give justice to his role. Well done, Toastmaster Amit. Kudos to you. All the reports from my tag team were limpid. Well done. Coming to the evaluators. All of them, all the evaluators did give the CRC, did give the evaluation in the CRC format, and they were very nice in it. But if I would be one of the evaluators, I would definitely add in both the speakers that the voice modulation was lacking. The impact was lacking. So if the voice modulation would have been introduced in their speech, it would have been great. Second point for these speakers and for the evaluators to mention is, if they could use, they were deviating from the message in some or the other way while they were giving the speeches. If they could come back to their own speech and give and deliver it, it would have been great. Otherwise, all the evaluators did a fabulous job. Thank you. Fellow Toastmasters, I would request everyone to kindly switch on their videos, because we have witnessed what we have not witnessed before. Toastmaster Amit, if you can switch on your video, and Toastmaster Aditya. Two pillars of our club, that is Toastmaster Amit and DTM Kushal. The moderator, the host for the meeting, and one person who has not only put the feather in the cap, but has taught us how can we also participate in the contest. Thank you, thank you, thank you very, very much, distinguished Toastmaster Kushal and Toastmaster Amit. Distinguished Toastmaster Kushal, you told us how can we overcome our challenges by not only telling your own views, but you also interacted with the audience. You also told us the hierarchy of Toastmasters. You told us if you are staying in the comfort zone, then you're in that well where the frog is. Come outside, let us participate, come out of that comfort zone, then you see where you're going to reach. Fabulous Toastmaster, distinguished Toastmaster Kushal, you did a fabulous job. Please give a round of applause to distinguished Toastmaster Kushal. Really amazing. And you know what? He took the role at the very last moment because he was occupied with some other work. And he told me that, no, how can I leave this opportunity? I want to grab it. And he grabbed it and he gave justice the way he gives justice to his speeches. Fabulous. Thank you very, very much, DTM Kushal. It was lovely and pleasure listening to you. Coming to the education session. I'm telling you, Toastmaster Amit, from this education session, we might be at a TEDx level, or we are starting our journey in Toastmasters. All your 7 secrets, all your 7 tips will be remembered till we have our last breath. Really. All those 7 tips, and you started off with one sentence. I have a dream, and you quoted someone else. You started off very nicely, Toastmaster. You also told us about the 3 circles that we can never forget. And how can I forget when I used to ask you, how can I structure my speech? How will I do that? And you said it in just 3 beautiful sentences. Tell them what you have to tell them. Tell them, and then tell what is the message that you have given. Amazing, Toastmaster Amit. Really loved it. And not only during this meeting, but actually the way you have prepared before the meeting. It was amazing. You told the members that you should be well prepared before you come and attend this education session. You told us that you need to listen to the world champion speakers and then you need to come here. That is how a veteran speaker is all about. I really enjoyed the way you have given your answers. It was absolutely amazing. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Amit. One request, Toastmaster Amit, is this club has grown because of the seeds that you have poured. This club has grown like a banyan tree, and you are the root of this banyan tree. We, as Toastmasters or as family members, urge you to keep helping us in the years in Toastmasters by mentoring us, guiding us, and by staying with us all the time. DTM Kushal and Toastmaster Amit, you are the strongest pillars of HCTC. Please let it remain strong, and we are going to spread it more. Please keep coming. Please keep inspiring the youth and keep coming here so that I can also get inspired. Thank you. This is my journal evaluation report. I give the podium back to the very versatile, the dashing Toastmaster of the day, DTM Kushal. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much, Jayesh, for such an elaborate general evaluation. First of all, before Amit, we would like to have you back on the screen because we have a beautiful certificate, a memento, which I would request Shubham to present by sharing his screen. Shubham, can we do it now? So let's hear it for the champion of champions who has given you the secret of winning at the contest in the Toastmasters. Let's hear it loud and clear. Thank you so much, Amit, for your valuable time, nuggets of wisdom, and the secrets of success. Thank you so much. So since we are already running short of time, I would like to conclude my theme by saying that we started with why do we need to challenge ourselves. With Amit's amazing education session, we got to know how can we challenge ourselves by participating in the contest. Now, what do we need to participate in the contest? 2 simple rules. If you want to participate in international speech contest, you need to be completing your level 2 and you need to be a member in good standing. For table topics, there is no qualification criteria. So I request everyone now to participate because this is what makes you come out of your comfort zone, and challenging yourselves helps you grow like never before. With this, thank you so much, everyone. And it has been an amazing meeting, I believe, very, very educational and very, very inspiring. Thank you so much, Amit. Thank you so much, team. The speakers today were limpid, and definitely that makes us all the more excited about the meetings to come. And with this, I would like to hand over the stage back to the presiding officer, Toastmaster Isha.
Thank you so much, DTM Kushal. First of all, thank you everyone, every single person, even the attendees, for attending this, for participating in this. And guys, this is the level which we want: participation. This is what we need to focus on because the contest season is on officially. We just gave it on the stage with the help of Toastmaster Amit. So it's on. But remember, you just need to participate, concentrate over there, that you need to be present, you need to judge yourself. It is contesting, not competing. Remember, test yourself on the podium. Even if you fail, it's fine. Maybe it was not at that your year. It's okay. But you learned something out of it. And as I said, a winner takes the dopamine of trophy. But a failure, the failing podiums gives you a lot many things, more and more experience. Again, so here, let's move to the end of the meeting. Before that, let us first conduct the election for the best leader. Shubham, are we ready for the poll? Okay, are we done, Shubham?
No.
I would request everyone to vote, guys. Toastmaster teaches us the value of voting. That's one thing. I think I would never miss the election votes now, no matter what, because I'm so addicted to voting every Saturday. Are we done, Shubham?
Done.
Okay, thank you. So now moving on to the feedback from our guests. Now, feedback is very important, as we have seen Toastmaster Jayesh have explained the importance already, so I would not again repeat it. So let's hear the feedback from our guest where we all can improve. We'd love to know. So any guest who is still holding on right now? Well, I think almost all the guests are left. That's fine. That's completely fine. Let's have a feedback from our members. Where do you think we need to improve? Give me the areas. I'm open. Anywhere, any liners from any member. Toastmaster Amit, would you like any improvement in the meeting? Parth, Toastmaster Parth?
It's fine as of now. I do not recall any point on the spot actually.
Okay, great. That's fine. You can message me anytime, call me anytime. Toastmaster Hardik, I would like to hear it from you. You always have points. Please give me some.
Bingo. There's a request. I think this was one of the best sessions that we had. And I'm a little bit selfish. So I believe we should have more such educational sessions from our veteran players and learn from their success and failure. That's it. Back to Isha.
Definitely, definitely. We should have more educational sessions. We should call Toastmaster Amit more often in the club. So anybody else? Toastmaster Kritika?
I think it was great to hear from the veteran speakers, Toastmaster Amit and Toastmaster Kushal. And I think the meeting overall, it was great. The one thing that we have kept timings on, which was the timings of the meeting, we could have looked upon.
Definitely, definitely. See, we have great feedbacks again. I think actually, the presence of the veteran speaker changes the complete vibe of the club. And that's why I tell you, we are going to pull now Toastmaster Amit. Come here. We're going to do it with everybody would message him, no, come. We're going to harass him like anything. No, please, please. Because we need your guidance, Toastmaster Amit, told DTM Kushal. We need your presence. And you see how it impacts for all of us. Like personally, my confidence level as a speaker have gained like to next level. Whenever I hear the points from you, I know where I was lacking. I just written it down everything, and I'm like, yes, this is exactly what I needed to know. Thank you so much for it. Thank you so much, everyone, again. Well, now it's time to present the awards. So let's move on to that. Which awards you guys would like to have first?
Isha, we have Amit ji also. Amit ji, कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे, please?
जी, बोलिए Amit ji, please.
Anyway, I would not like to take any more time because we've already late. So I loved being here. It's just that my work is more on Saturdays and Sundays. Else my presence would have been much regular. Thank you so much for having me and all the love and all the feedback as well. Kritika, time.
Amit bhai, what we can do for you, we can do, some targets. To give us some your sales targets. We'll work for you so that at least you can come and check कितना business हुआ. उस बहाने आप आओगे.
Thanks of you, Hardik.
Wow, see, our members are coming with all innovative solutions to bring you in the club. I like it. This is next level. We want Toastmaster bit over here. We'll work for you, definitely. 3 to 5 years working for you on Saturdays. You're missing parts. All 3 interns, you're getting you. Well, moving on again to the awards. So let's go, carry on forward with the Best Speaker Award first. Yes, who is the Best Speaker Award? Any guesses, guys? Well, let's just show it up. I think people are now moving towards a snack mood. So Toastmaster Shubham, what would reveal the speaker? Toastmaster Vikrant it is.
Congratulations.
I would like to call upon the TMOD to announce the Best Evaluator, please. The next award. DTM Kushal?
He's not there in the meeting.
Okay, we have left already. That's completely fine. So the next award is for the Best Evaluator.
Yeah, sorry. Just I'm saying, Isha, actually Kushal is also having the same meeting that I have. So I'm also taking a leave of you all. Thank you so much. We had a meeting at 5:15, so we're a bit late. Thank you so much for having me. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Amit, for being present.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you.
So moving on to the Best Evaluator Award. Yes, Best Evaluator goes to Toastmaster Hardik.
Hardik, well done.
Well done, Toastmaster Hardik. Very proud of you. You've taken, this is was your first evaluation, I guess, right? Now, Best Leader Award goes to,
Oh, that's
well, there were 2. It's actually a nail-biting thing, you know.
tie.
You were fabulous. You were fabulous again. So, and Toastmaster Amit, sorry, DTM Kushal. I always get confused, you know, here. So it's DTM Kushal.
Bilkul. Absolutely.
Now is the Best Role Player, the last award. It should go to, any guesses?
Connoisseur of cold desert.
Yes, Connoisseur of Cold Desert. Toastmaster Aditya.
Well done. Well done.
Yeah. Thank you so much, guys, for having me here. But I declare this meeting adjourned. Thank you.
एक और चीज है, to all the Toastmasters, we have our at the division contest, at the division level, we have Juggernaut, right? So I would request everyone to be present there at 7:30 today, as we'll be learning few nuances of how can we be a good mentor, not only Toastmasters, but how can we give mentorship in life. So that is what we're going to learn. Please be there. Looking forward to seeing you at Juggernaut Division J. Thank you very much. Sayonara. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Can we stop the recording?